Okay, Kevin. So, buddy of mine, Brian, okay? Let me explain to you Brian. He's the fattest bastard I've ever seen in my life, okay? He's a perfect sphere, okay? So, like, his name's Brian, but it's spelled with a Y, and his last name's Chrisen, but I think you gotta call him Chrisan. Like, everything about him, every time I see him, I wanna punch him in the throat. That's all there is to it. So this perfect sphere of a man that I used to do a podcast with, he's like, he calls me weekly. Why don't you do Costco? Why don't you do Costco? Why don't you do Costco? I think you should do Costco. All right, Brian, I'm doing Costco. All right, I'm doing Costco just for you, you fat bastard. All right, perfect sphere. You know in South Park, how the kids are, they're just two circles? That's Brian. Brian is the South Park character. That's what he is, all right? So, also, this is not an episode for the kids. Let me tell you that, because I'm going to tell you something. For some reason, I had in my head YMCA. Okay, do you remember the Village People? Remember that? I'm asking you, Kevin.
Yes.
Yes, you remember the Village People. Yes. And they sang YMCA, it's fun to stay at the... I'm thinking it's not fun to stay at the YMCA. You know why? Because I think, like I've been to a WMCA, like a women's MCA, like where you walk by it and it's all women staying in it, and a YMCA was youth, men, I don't know what it stands for. I think you get man raped there. I'm not a fan of man rape. I don't think it's fun to stay at the YMCA. Maybe for them it was fun to stay at the YMCA. I don't think I'd want to stay at the YMCA. I don't think it's fun. Anyways, so there you go. I had that in my head. For some reason, I had YMCA in my head all morning long. Why? And I'm thinking about that. I'm like, yeah, not fun to stay there. So we're at the Costco, I don't know, somewhere in Phoenix. Costco hot dog. It's $1.25. I mean, it's got to get a good score. It's all beef. They lose money on it. You know, how can you hate it, right? But I don't like me some beef hot dogs. I like me lips and asshole. Anyway. Here's the thing. It's $1.50 with a drink. I think it's disgusting because it's mushy as hell. I'm gonna go 5.9 on this, just because it's only $1.50. If it wasn't $1.50, I'd give it like a 2. But 5.9. Don't stay at the YMCA, and Brian's a fat bastard. That's a review.